What's up, people? It's Alexander, obviously. So I'm on my way somewhere, gotta leave in a few minutes, but thought I'd bust this video out since this question came up, and I've been asked this recurrently the last few days, and it's been a while since I talked about it, but the question being, what are my thoughts on weed? So I'm gonna try to be egalitarian in laying this out. I'm gonna take a minute before I start spouting off. Marijuana, I'll phrase it this way. I'll say it this way. I'll lay it out this way. Marijuana, I would say pretty obviously at this point has, because we did a scope on this. I have, but the question always comes up. So let's talk about it. So marijuana obviously has medicinal properties, qualities. I think that's pretty inarguable. There is definitely a very promising and broad and deep body of research that marijuana, or at least sort of derivative marijuana compounds, can have positive effects on a lot of health elements. So that's, I could say in that sensibility, like I support marijuana, definitely. I support things that will help people be healthier, definitely. What I don't support, and what I cannot get behind, is the crutch of young men, young women, or even older adults that use marijuana, not for medicinal purposes, but because you just want to get fucking doped up. That's what I don't support. So, what I think of weed, if you are legitimately using marijuana for some medicinal use, if you are using it in such a way that maybe you go home and you smoke a bowl on the weekend because that's your way to decompress, perhaps it's a form of stress management for you, by all means do so. But if you are using it as a fucking drug crutch because you can't handle fucking stress and you like basically just to get fucked up and sit on the fucking couch or get high with your friends and sit on the fucking couch and eat or zone out, you're a fucking loser. You're a fucking loser. I saw this in college a lot. I went to college in San Francisco. I went to college in San Francisco. Obviously, San Francisco is very, pro marijuana, definitely. I saw some people where, they would smoke occasionally. Maybe it was a daily thing, but it was just a part of their day. It was a way to relax, and I would view it almost in that context as it being like cigarettes or alcohol. Not a good habit, not a healthy habit, but hey, you know what? If it helps you manage your stress a little bit better, by all means, you do you. What I also saw though, very, very, very commonly, all the fucking time, was just fucking stoners who their whole life revolved around being fucking high, and when they weren't fucking high, they're planning on getting high. And yes, it can be said that marijuana is not an addictive substance. It's not heroin. It's not meth. It's not cocaine. Generally speaking, people are not murdering fucking each other in the streets, for the, their bag of buds. That said, at the same time, does it have an addictive effect in that it sets up a lifestyle in which you are a shitty, worthless sack of shit, doing nothing for yourself, but getting high? Since there are people who their whole life revolves around bud, yeah, it does do that for people. It does it for a significant number of people. So in that sensibility, no, I don't support weed. So for those of you guys that ask where you're using it, because and so some of you guys have asked me these questions, like I've gotten these questions from a lot of you young guys, last past year. I want to stop smoking weed because I realized that I can't handle stress. I don't know how to handle my emotions. It puts me around in a bad environment of just loser, lazy fucking people. I realize that I can't, I don't know how to essentially, mentally process anything because, my way of processing is that, oh fuck, man, I don't know what to do. Let me go get high at home and then just not have to think about things. And it takes them to a place of this lazy, worthless fucking living. So, put all that into context. On the basis of medicinal practice or occasional recreational uses, yeah, sure. If you want to, sure. Or for that body of research, absolutely. Let's push the field on that. There's a lot of promise there. But for those of you guys who are asking because you want fucking validation on your fucking sack of shit habit, no, fuck no. Stop smoking it and see if you can go a fucking week without needing to medicate yourself. There's also the long-term health ramifications of this stuff where, as I'm saying it, there's also the long-term health ramifications of smoking weed where, those are somewhat unknown, but it's not looking positive. Stuff with, I've just reading the research go back and forth on this, but, it could have, some potentially negative, sexual health effects, especially for men with testosterone levels or, I believe, sperm motility. There's some effects for, there's effects in regards to brain mass I've seen, if I remember that one. There was a study done recently where, chronic weed smokers had reduced brain mass. I think that was done, I want to say, on the younger population, like 20 to 30. So the long-term effects of it don't look good to me. And I wouldn't surmise they would be good because you're talking about a drug that has neurocognitive effects. It affects the brain obviously, very directly. I don't see how, inhaling that shit, fucking 18 days a week, for, essentially all day for some of you, or it's like a continuous fucking thing between the, the bowls and the vaping. I don't know how it's going to be good. I'm not really sure how you're going to, create an argument for that. This is good for me. Weed can screw up your cognitive abilities and lower your IQ. I can believe that. I can believe anecdotally that a lot of people I know that, like to smoke weed a lot, they're fucking stupid. And they seem to get stupider as time went on. And yeah, part of that, I would attribute that to fucking constantly. Wow, so much hate. Yep, I hope I hurt your fucking feelings this morning. So that's my honest opinion, guys. Are there any quick questions on this? I think this is a pretty clear subject. I think, anyway. Yeah, some of you guys are probably fucking calling me, Jeff Sessions right now, but hey. Oh, well. Yeah, speaking on a personal level, I fucking hate stoners. Fucking hate them. I am just always amazed that they're human beings that can exist doing fuck all for themselves while getting high all the time. How do you deal with stoners around you? I don't. I have completely anyone that I encounter now where they're they like to get high, I cut them the fuck out of my life because I already know everything about them, their character, and whether they're going anywhere, and they're not. They're living in Fluxville. Fluxville, population, them. Yeah, I don't associate with stoners, period. I've had, friends occasionally, hey man, you want to smoke? Well, no, I don't. Weed doesn't personally do anything for me at all. But I have had friends that occasionally, it's like a thing they do. Yeah, that's cool. But, the people that were, it's like a 24/7 aspect of their living, Jesus, fuck. Just worthless. Fucking worthless. Fluxville has many residents. It does. Did you get your Diet Coke fixing today? No, I did not. Not yet. It's a little early for that. Alcohol's obviously way worse. I guess, you're going to start arguing some very shady points there, honestly. I find that a false comparison. Comparing drugs in that way... like I said, should weed be legal? I definitely think it should absolutely be legal. But do I endorse doing it all the time? Fuck no. But, I also don't endorse drinking all the time, too, so... I don't like how it makes me feel. I hear that from a lot of people. They don't like how it makes them feel. And I realize a lot of people that do smoke it a lot, they like how it makes them feel because they don't really feel anything while they're high. What I consider that a dysfunctional human being. Everything in moderation. No. That's easy to say, and that does apply to certain things, but, you could call that a good heuristic, but some things are just not worth it, at all. Should you only get hungover once a week? I don't know, you should be getting hungover, period. Should I get fucking high the whole weekend and eat Doritos? If you want to. If you fucking want to. I think if you're living with purpose and clarity and have, I think if you have actually shit going on in your life, I don't think you have time to fucking get high and smoke Doritos. Or get high and eat Doritos. Jesus Christ. True dad. Everybody potheads now. Everybody's not a pothead now. They could be smoking Doritos too. They could be. I smoke not in the regular every few months or something. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, there's a lot of people that do that. Lots of people. Coming together for a shared cannabis experience. Thoughts on a daily wine drinker? She's probably going to be single forever, and she's shrinking her ovaries with every glass she imbibes. I'm joking. Daily wine drinking, though, if you want to, it seems to me the people, the more wine they drink, the less healthy they are, to be journalistic, but, perhaps not. Perhaps you can make that part of your routine. I suppose it has certain health benefits. Yeah, it does have certain health benefits. Like I said, there's definite health. I mean, marijuana as a substance, plant, it has obvious health benefits and usages. The context of usage for a lot of people, though, is, they argue, well, I need it, it's medicinal. It's medicinal. No, it's not fucking medicinal. You're just fucking lazy. know, there's enough people in California walking around with a fake fucking prescription because they have, I have anxiety. You don't have anxiety. You have complete fucking inability to handle the stresses of life. That's what you have. You know, but please, you gotta keep smoking kush. You know, keep telling yourself that. Fucking knuckleheads. Opinion on other drugs. I think everything should be legal. You know, hopefully the stupid people would overdose and kill themselves. Please don't quote me on that. Fuck, I already said that in a video. I'm already fucked. That will be used against me at some point. But no, speaking truthfully, I am pro legalization of substances. Pumpkin spice lattes. Pumpkin spice lattes are not just as bad. Pumpkin spice lattes are godly. Have you ever done drugs? I'm not talking about my drug usage on this Periscope. You guys can be creative with that one and think whatever you want to think. I've certainly not been golden, let's put it that way. Thoughts on eating red meat? Yeah, if you want to. Will weed help me gain mass? No. No, it will not. Optimal daily caffeine dosages? Optimal, there's not really an optimal, that's a range, and it depends on how caffeine sensitive you are. There's no such thing as optimal caffeine, actually, now that I really think about that. So, I mean, caffeine, you know, sensitivity levels. If you're hypersensitive to caffeine, having 100 grams could fuck you up. If you're insensitive to caffeine, you could have 5 coffees a day and, you know, not worry about it. How about making a block? Yeah, guys, if any of you at this point bring up the fact that I make these videos while driving in the car, I will block you fucking in an instant. In a fucking instant. That's how that goes. That guy's probably going to be mad right now. Thoughts on weed suppositories? I didn't even know that was a thing. Is that really a thing? Are you just fucking with me? Is that really a thing? Red meat in terms of how many times per week, month. You can have red meat every day if you want to. It depends upon your own individual metabolism. How's the vegan thing going? I'm transitioning to that diet. I think you guys thought I was just quitting meat cold turkey. I'm slowly, essentially replacing my regular meals with, you know, vegan meals. So I'll let you know, like, in 2 or 3 weeks how it feels. Have you heard about the benefits of dandelion? Dandelion root? Yeah, there's some good positive properties to that. Shrooms give an amazing high and have no negative side effects. They're lit. Unless they're the wrong kind of shrooms, in which case they will fucking kill you. Or make you pretty goddamn ill. Yeah, mushrooms are another thing to have. Mushrooms have lots and lots of medicinal properties. I think you kind of want to be careful with mushrooms, since the high for mushrooms can be very different from the high from other drugs. You might see some things. Lashes in this. Oh God, here we go. Here we go, you guys. Any other questions? I'm going to cut this off before it just turns into a commentary on, you know, my visual appearance that some of you seem highly enamored with. Gay. Just kidding. Oh, thanks, bro. Thanks. Have you heard of microdosing? Yeah, microdosing is cool. I mean, it's basically like, yeah, a safer way to take the drug. A safer way to take the drugs I want to take. That's microdosing. Anything in green tea? Green tea is very healthy for you. You could, you know, drink green tea, yeah, every day if you want to. The health benefits of green tea are pretty proven out, I think, at this point, definitely. Where do you train in LA? I don't live in Los Angeles. I live in a suburbia of SoCal. Medical cocaine. I don't think cocaine's making a comeback on the medicinal front. How does turmeric? Turmeric is curcumin would be the supplement. It does about like 100 things. Look it up. Look it up. Honestly, there's no point in me talking about this on this Periscope. You can look. Just type in curcumin. Go to examine.com, curcumin, and then just read about it. It's actually a very good website for all you guys. Are you vegan? No, I'm not vegan. Any advice for ex-stoners to repair potential damage? You might want to take some pro-brain supplements to fix all the shit you did to yourself, since you probably made yourself slower. would be helpful for that? That'd be pro-cognitive health. I suppose probably like tyrosine, or tyrosine, maybe even like lion's mane could be helpful. Let me think about that one. I think certain nootropics could, I don't know if they're going to fix anything, but that'd be helpful. You ever watched Joe Rogan's podcast? No, I never have, actually. The only time I ever listened to Joe Rogan was when Jordan Peterson was on. I really like Joe Rogan, so I don't want this to come across as an insult, but I've never found his podcast to be very engaging. He gets very engaging people on, but something about his mannerism, this is the way he asks questions, I don't know, it never resonated with me, honestly. Podcasts in general I'm not always keen on. There's certain people who I find very excellent to listen to. It really depends upon the strength of the interviewer. And, in some cases, oftentimes I'll listen to people on podcasts where, they're having a conversation, your personality can come through. I don't necessarily want to listen to the fucking banter. He has nice things to say about you. I find that, you're probably fucking me. I find that highly unlikely that Joe Rogan has ever spoken to me in his podcast. I'm a nobody in that sphere. He's a really fun, that's the thing, Joe Rogan's a hysterical guy. I think, he's really funny, but his podcast, the times I've listened to, I'm always kind of waiting for him to just, can you just ask the fucking question? Since obviously the podcasts are long, 2.5 hours. And, again, that's another factor, that's a lengthy fucking podcast. I don't have 2 hours. If I'm going to be engaged for 2.5, 3 hours listening to somebody, it better be somebody amazing. And a lot of his conversations, when I have tried to listen to him, I end up just skipping ahead through stuff, since, again, get to what I want to find out, though. Maybe I'll listen to him again. Maybe I need to give him another chance. I'm kind of talking myself into it now. Because I do really like the guy. I think he's a great guy, but I'll give that another chance and tell you what I think. He's kind of too normal. I think he's a regular kind of Joe Blow. He definitely has that that persona that he's cultivated in a positive way. A little late, any upside of cannabis use? To rehash it, I guess the conversation. Cannabis, I think, has obvious medicinal properties and is worth studying, but on a basis of daily recreational usage, it's pretty useless. Today's question: how to deal with a toxic family member? I'm going to end it with this question, since that's a good question. Are you friends with Victor Pride? I've never met Victor in person. I'd say friendly with him, but never met him. But in regards to toxic family member, that comes down to I've talked about boundaries before. It's about boundaries, but that has two factors to it. The boundaries that you lay upon other people. So the boundaries that you set up in regards to how you allow people to treat you, those are highly dependent upon how you treat yourself and what your own boundaries of character are. So that's a hard thing to perhaps understand. Perhaps phrasing it would be another way, different way of saying it. If you have to explicitly tell someone what your boundaries are, you don't actually have any. People that have very strong personalities, so someone like myself, I have a very strong personality. I think that goes without saying. You guys know that. I have a very strong personality. I don't ever have to have a conversation with people of what my boundaries are and how, this is how I'd like to be treated, that disrespected me, and that's not right what you did. That doesn't really happen to me ever, because, people know. People can tell by way of meeting me, wow, this guy is an intense guy, this is someone that's passionate, this is someone that, is strong. I'm not going to fuck with this person. I'm not going to fuck with them. I say that not in a sense of intimidation, but no doubt, all of you have met people in your life where you meet someone, they're a character, they're a tough character, they're upstanding, they're someone where they are impressive to you in some sensibility, not necessarily in this, not even being a man, they're like super macho, it could be a woman, but you meet somebody and it's very clear that they have a very high level of self-respect, and they'll allow anyone to impede upon that. Then you meet people, they don't have self-respect, or they have a low level of self-respect, or they're very accommodating with people, like we often are with family, and there's someone that they probably get pushed around a bit. Maybe they have a little bit pushover personality. There's someone that they let people use them, they get manipulated. So your boundaries are not just boundaries of behavior that you lay down with people. Your boundaries are just people's perception of you and their perception of your self-respect, their perception of how you treat yourself. That's why I talk about first impressions that way. When people make a first impression, it's not just what they think of you. It's what they think of how you think of yourself. That's the real level of a first impression. So with family members, though, you have people that they feel like they know you. They feel like they can say whatever they want to you. You know, they feel like, you know, that you have to tolerate me. You know, I'm allowed to, you know, act this way around you. You have to lay down the law, to use the phrase, and explicitly say, no, I'm not going to tolerate this. We're not going to have this conversation. You're not going to speak to me in this fashion. We're not going to interact this way. Period. I'm not interacting with you this way. I'm leaving the fucking room. I'm hanging up the phone. If this is how this conversation is going to go, this is how this interaction is going to go, if that's how you're going to talk to me, no. I'm not engaging in this. You say no. You say no. You have to be able to say no. I mean, on a certain very basic level, this is saying no. You say no, and then you stick by that. That's how you deal with toxic people, if you absolutely have to deal with them. You know, there's certain conversations. You know, I have certain family members where maybe they're not toxic, but there's certain things that we're not going to talk about, and I don't want to fucking hear it brought up. And if you bring it up, I'm walking out the room. I don't give a fuck. You know, if you really want to go there, I don't give a shit. Yeah, I will, you know, cease all interaction. And guess what? We're not talking anymore. Bye. You know, and you literally hang up the fucking phone if that's the case. Or, you know, if you're in the room, you walk out the room. If they're going to talk to you, then, and sometimes it's confrontational. Sometimes, you know what? Maybe it turns into an argument and you have to stick by your guns and stick by your no, but you do. You do. What you don't do is let someone, you know, bully you, push you around, get sucked into an interaction you don't want, you know, and then complain, you know, they're not treating me right. You're letting them do that to you. That's the hard thing with family members, especially people are toxic. You're letting them fucking do that to you. Well, you in the relationship if it comes to that? Yeah, and well, it's also the other factor. Perhaps, you know, if the toxic family member, maybe it's a relationship where you just don't have a relationship with that person. You know, maybe you don't cut them off completely. That's not always reasonable to do, but maybe it's a case where, you know what, I just don't fuck with you anymore. I don't call you, I don't hang out with you, I don't interact with you. I have people that I see twice a year, once a year. Fuck, I have family members that I see once every fucking 3 years. That's when I see them. That's it. Yeah, and that's how it goes. That's how it fucking goes. Who are your biggest intellectual influences? Right now, yeah, I mean, these guys, you all know who he is. You know, Peterson would probably be the biggest one. You know, people that have been very influential the past few years. You know, Cernovich was a very big influence. You know, James Altucher was, you know, influential for a period of time. Naval's, you know, pretty influential. Who else is influential? You know, I could kind of lay out. I mean, this isn't a person, but you know, the Hebrew Bible, New Testament has also been very influential as of the last few years. So, you know, go with those. I don't really follow men, as I've said this before. I don't idolize people. I don't have people that I consider like, oh, this is a mentor. I have people I could call mentors. But the things that have been most influential upon me have been the following of ideals, not people. So, you know, there isn't really, I don't necessarily put people on a pedestal that way where I can point like, oh, this guy isn't like, I don't turn anyone into a fucking guru. I've never been that way. I don't have heroes that I worship. Never have. Never, ever, ever have. People are flawed beings, and people are certainly worth learning from. But if you're going to look ahead to something above you, that has to be an ideal. It's not a man. Men you can look in the eye. Ideals you look up to. You know, that is in essence what it means to follow God. Day one of my diet exercise routine. Biggest tip. The biggest tip. I'd say I don't even know if this is a tip. The best piece of advice I could give you. Be consistent in doing it, even when you think it's not working. Just be disciplined. Be disciplined. You do not get discouraged, you know, in a week or 2 weeks if, you know, it's hard to maintain. If you can just simply just keep doing something, you know, that is discipline. You can keep doing your diet exercise routine. Do it for 60 days. Your life will change. Just keep doing it. You know, then if it hits a point where maybe you think it's not working, then change it. But don't stop. Do not stop. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta go. This is a good conversation. Good questions, you guys. Very good questions. Hopefully you all learned something. I'll talk to y'all again.